Hey guys, it's Lane and Blake from Redefined Horizons, and what I want to do in this video is show you guys how you can manage land development projects using Airtable, and I might do another video shows you how to do the same thing with Trello. So kind of two things I want to teach in the video, kind of two broad topics. One is just how you can use Airtable for project management. I've done a couple videos on Airtable, but it's a cool tool. I like it. It's basically replaced Microsoft Access at my shop. And I also want to just teach you guys a little bit about how to manage land development projects, specifically land subdivisions. And so even if you don't use Airtable, you can watch this video and maybe pick up some tips on how to do that. So the reason I'm tackling this now is we're getting busier, and they're building a lot of housing right now in my part of California, just because of the interest rates and some of the repercussions of COVID, I think, COVID-19. So we got a lot of land development projects going on, more than a dozen. And so it might be more than a dozen, it might be close to 20. And it's just, I'm the only licensed surveyor, and I have a small team, so it's hard to keep track of all that stuff. So it's getting to the point where I need to implement a system to do that. And so I've been thinking about how I might do that in Airtable or Trello, and I want to just kind of trip through that with you guys, all right? So, okay. Like most of my videos, this is totally unscripted, so I don't know what's going to happen here, but I've got Airtable open. I've got a new base. And there's a new table in here, and this is what you get when you just create a new base from scratch. And so I'm going to go ahead and rename this, and I'm going to call this land development projects. So for now, it has the same name as the base. These are called views in Airtable, so it's a view of the underlying data, matrix data or table data. Okay, and then I'm going to rename this from grid view, and I'm going to call it the main view. So my main view is usually a grid view. Okay, we may end up with more than one grid view depending on what we're doing here. Okay, and then I want to create my fields. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the name field. That's fine. Then I'm going to add a single line text, and we're going to call it client. Now you could put that in a separate table, but I want to keep this really simple, so I'm just going to make it a text field. So I want client. Then I'm going to add a single line text for phase. Actually, you know what? Let's make that an integer. Okay. Then I'm going to have one. Let's see here. I'm going to call it status. That's going to be one of the most important. Okay, and that is actually going to be a single select field. Okay, we want to add some options here. So I'm going to call we're going to start with concept. Then we'll go to tentative map. Okay, then I'm going to put boundary resolution. Sometimes we do that before the tentative map. Sometimes we do it after, but then we'll go final parcel map. Okay, and then so I'm going to add some. I'm going to call this tentative map. First check. Let's say first submittal. Tentative map. Response to first check. Tentative map. Response to second check. Tentative response to third check. Okay, and then we can drag these. So we've got our first submittal to the agency, and then there's usually some back and forth with some review comments. Usually it doesn't go over 3. Okay, and then we're going to have, so same thing on the final map. Final parcel map, first submittal, final parcel map, let's see, response, first check, final map, parcel map, response to second check, final parcel map, response to third check. Okay, and then we need tentative map in for first check, tentative map in for second check, tentative map in for third check, final map in for first check, final map in for second check, final map in for third check. Okay, and then we'll sort these. So after the first submittal is the first checks, response to first check. Then we get in for second check. We get in for third check. Well, I got this dorked up now. So we do submittal, then in for first check. We do response to first check, then it's in for second check, then it's response to second check, in for third check. Okay, and then we're going to say approved, map approved. Let's say tentative map approved. Whoop. Right. So hopefully it's approved after the third check. Then we're going to have final map approved, and we're going to have final map filed. So tentative maps don't get filed, but final maps do. Okay. So this is a little bit complicated, but this is it's going to be key here. So we want to track our maps all the way through this process, and I may have to come back and add some more, but I think that's pretty good. Oh, it doesn't like status. I guess I had status already. Let's call it map status. And we can get rid of this. Okay, then I want to just have a I'm going to have a field called next critical item, just a text field, and I'm going to actually copy this and say, let's see, duplicate field, and we're going to rename this and call it next step. Okay, with the same list, and then we're going to put a comment field or notes field in here. Let's do surveyor notes, and we'll make that a long text. Okay. Okay, you can also add attachments here if you want. I usually put the attachments in the notes at the end. Okay. All right, so let's see what this might look like. So I'm going to put this on here. So I've got South Point. It's one of our subdivisions, and the client is Stonefield Homes. Okay, the phase. So this is west. Oh, that's a number. Yeah. Let's see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a field. I'm going to call it primary or master project name. Okay, you'll see why I'm doing that. Okay, so this is actually South Point West, and master project name is South Point Los Banos. Because some of these master projects have multiple subdivision maps going at one time. Okay, there's no phase on that one. The map status right now is we're getting ready to make the first submittal, so the next step will be map in for first check. And then the next critical item is we need completed development application. So that's the next critical item for that one. Okay, and then I've got 3 more out there. South Point. This is South Point phase 7. Spanos, and it's South Point, Spanos, same client. And this is phase 7. Okay, map status is we're getting ready to submit the final map on that one. So I gotta fix that. I should say final map. I'll fix that right now, sorry. Nope. So this should say final map, sorry guys. Okay, and the next step is going to be it's going to be a final map in for first check. Okay, next critical item on that is none. That one's ready to go. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple more of these. South Point phase 8, Los Banos. This is South Point. Los Banos. Stonefield Homes is the client. This is phase 8. Again, it's final map, getting ready for the first submittal. Next step is going to be final map in for first check, and no critical items on that. Actually, that one needs drafting revisions. So we got a little bit of CAD work to do on that one. Okay, I'm going to just do one more. South Point phase 9. Spanos. Okay, I can just copy these down instead of retyping them every time. It's phase 9. These are going to be the same. Okay, this one needs minor drafting revisions. Okay. And then, okay, so the other thing before I wrap this video up, we're going to add one more field. And I'm just going to call this one map type. Okay. And we're going to make that not a single select. Okay, and then we're going to say, so what do we have here? We have tentative, large lot, parcel map. Let's see, tentative large lot, parcel map, tentative large lot, final map. So it's parcel maps 5 lots or less in California. Final, I like calling them subdivision maps. Subdivision maps are 5 lots or more. And then we have tentative small lot, parcel map, tentative large lot, parcel map. And then we have final large lot, parcel map, final large lot, subdivision map, and final small lot. Oh, I guess we could have a small lot parcel map. Final small lot subdivision map. Okay, so those are the map types. And we're going to drag this over. Put it right here. Okay, so this is a large lot. This is a final large lot parcel map. Nope, subdivision map, sorry. And these all are small lot, final small lot subdivision maps. Okay. All right, so once you have that data in there, you can add views. So for example, let's make a new view. Okay, we're going to make a new grid view, and we're going to call it tuning maps. Okay, and then you can just apply a filter. So we're going to filter, we're going to add a filter, and we want to say map type, and we want just tentative maps. So we're going to say or parcel map or small lot map or large lot. Okay. So that should give us all. So something's wrong with my filter. Let's do and. Oh. Yeah, I'm messing up my filter. Let me see if I can figure that out real quick. Alright, it is working. I just don't have any tentative maps in my main grid. So let's do one more grid view. And we're going to call this one final maps. Okay, and we're going to set up a filter again. Okay, so we're going to say where map type, and we're going to say final maps or map type final or map type final or map type. Oh. Let's see, which one am I missing here? Final large lot, final large lot, final lot. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now that hasn't showed you guys anything yet, so let's do one more grid view that's actually going to filter something. Okay, so we're going to call this small lot maps. So I just want to see small lot maps. Okay, so I can come in, filter, and say, let's see, map type is either small lot tentative map or a small lot parcel map or I need one more. Let's see, tentative small lot, nope, tentative small lot, parse map, large lot. I'm missing one in here. So let's fix that. So we need to edit this. So we got tentative large lot, parcel map, tentative large lot, subdivision map, tentative small lot, parcel map. Yeah, this one's a duplicate, sorry guys. So this is tentative small lot subdivision map. Okay. Whoop. Okay, and then we got to go back into our filter, fix this. Okay, so this should give us just all the small lot maps, and you can see it does that. So it's filtering out the large lot map. Okay, so you can do all kinds of grid views in here depending on what you want. So for example, let's just say I want to see in for first check. Okay, so in this one I want to only see maps that are in for the first check. So we're going to say status, tentative map, in for first check. Okay, and it'll show me just the records for in for first check. Okay, so that's how the views work. And we're going to check out this Kanban view here in a minute too. I'll do that in a different video. I'm sorry guys, I went long. This is about 20 minutes, but that'll give you guys a rough idea how this works. Okay, and I'm going to add a few more maps, and then come back. We'll do a new video. We'll look at the form view and the Kanban view a little bit.